From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
We got Big Mike here with the final reality check for owner-operators. This is straight from the guy that went from behind the wheel to behind the dispatch screens to advancing the business and scaling it, and we will hear it directly from my guy. So, number one, what is the hardest truth owner-operators refuse to accept?
That your success depends a lot more on you than on anybody else. Because I hear people saying market, broker, carrier, truck, mother-in-law, everybody. But at the end of the day, as somebody who's been an owner-operator, and I've done fair share of, had fair share of good times, bad times. Back then, I didn't know that, but now I can tell you for sure, like, any bad times was self-inflicted.
Yeah. There's the opportunity to reflect.
100%.
All right. So why do smart people still fail at trucking?
Complaceness, comfort. I think, again, just going to use my personal example. I think when I just got my first truck, I did very, very well for a first year. Even though the pay that I was getting paid as an owner operator was like less than I could have, but I did very well. And the one main reason is that was a very big investment for me. Like, that was the biggest thing I ever bought was my truck, and I was afraid. And because of that fear of failure, I was just hustling. I was working. Never missed a week.
Right.
And even if I missed like half a week or whatnot due to breakdown or something like that, maybe next week I would skip a weekend.
Yeah.
And then I would still make up the difference. And then when did all that changed? For the worst, when I became comfortable. When I became comfortable with the payment of a truck. When I became comfortable that it's okay, I'll do it next week. And that's when shit started going down south.
And it's interesting. I never once heard you right now, like, I've never heard you didn't say I entered in a really good market. And it went bad when the market went bad. It was strictly behavior. It was strictly what you were disciplined to do and not do.
Yeah, but again, like, I know that now.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to help people out. Yeah. So don't learn the hard way.
Yeah.
All right. So what separates someone who builds stability from someone who just simply burns out? So building stability versus someone who burns out.
I think I think the outcome, that's gonna separate those two things.
Yeah, I also think it's not just like, if you operate in chaos, which is going to, because things aren't going your way, because the market isn't the way you wished it was, and your fantasy somehow is not like, it's not, the fantasy of owning this truck is not quite what you thought, and you're trying to force this mold, trying to force this peg into the industry, and it's not quite fitting. I think that chaos burns a lot of people out. They just think that everybody's out to get them.
100%. But again, like, even though for somebody watching who is like new in trucking or whatnot, it may seem like that's the fair statement. I think by the time you're gonna hit year 25 in this business, you're probably gonna also recognize that you have everything to do with that, and nobody is there to get you. There is no conspiracy. And as a matter of fact, even that evil fucking carrier that you hate so much doesn't want anything but the best for you.
Yeah.
Because I would rather work with a solid, financially stable owner-operator and make less money, but consistently.
Which means more money.
Than just ripping somebody off today and then what?
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah.
And it's over. And how much today?
Exactly.
So it just, I think that's the biggest misconception in general in trucking.
All right, here we go. So at what point should someone admit an owner-operator life isn't for them? Man, that has so many levels to it, man. It's like,
I don't know, man. Like, I'm probably not the best person to give an answer to that question, because I think you have to make that decision before you buy a truck. Once you buy a truck, if you're backing out of that, I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I'm not your guy to talk to. I'm actually gonna beat you into fucking submission, because that's how I feel about you. I think it's just fucking weakness in general, because when I got a truck, it took not only my money, it took my money, my wife's money, my family resources, and I can't even wrap my head around if I would come home 2, 3, 4 weeks later, or even 2, 3, 4 months later, to tell my wife that, honey, this is not for me. like, man, even if it wasn't for me, it's for me now. Like,
Yeah.
there is no other way. So it's kind of, I think, don't be delusional. Do your homework. Because I'm not saying that anybody who's not an owner-operator is a piece of shit. That's not what I'm saying. There are a lot of amazing drivers, and we do very well as drivers. I'm talking about indecisive people that all over the place, but unfortunately, it's not only their life that's being affected.
It's others.
It's other people's lives. It's their, if you want to, talk a little bit more sensitive, that's your family's life. If you want to talk less sensitive, that's your business partner's plans and benefits and achievements.
Right.
Or problems. So I would say, if you're questioning it, don't buy a truck. If you decided to buy a truck, you in this. That's it.
Yeah, that's a sound decision you made, and you're going for it.
And even if that thought, because sometimes during hard times, it's normal to question things in your head, right? To say, man, like, shit, did they make a mistake? It's okay. I'm not calling you out for questioning that. I'm only calling you out if you're quitting.
Right, gotcha.
And I'm not talking about quitting Voyager. I'm talking about you quitting you, because there is no escape from that.
No, it's whether it's trucking or some other line of industry.
And then to me, right away, it's, I attach it to everything else. So it's almost like, if you used your family's trust and resources to help you to jump into this business, and now because, is that the admission that you are too weak, you cannot handle? What is it that you cannot handle?
Right, yeah.
Let's put those items on the paper. Let's look at those things. What is it that you cannot handle? You cannot handle like a couple, a little bit of time on the road. That was part of the deal to begin with.
And it always was.
And it always was. So it's not like it's a surprise. Stress when the truck breaks down? I get it. But what about the stress of everybody else, your family mostly, that believed in you? And now just because it's a little bit uncomfortable, you want to say, I'm sorry, it's the industry it's just too tough. Man, are you a man?
So here we go. So how do we help these people? What advice sounds boring but will save a lot of these guys?
Oh man, advice that sounds boring but would save a lot of these guys. Number one, I would say, think about it and then do it. But then if you decided to do it, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
Never be wobbling back and forth. Never be, inconsistent. Be consistent and be true to yourself. And that's it. Most people, I'm not going to say never. We've probably seen a few bad examples when somebody buys a truck, scrapes their last money, and gets into this business, and just everything goes sideways very quickly. But even that can be solved with minimal damage. So let's say an accident. Okay, maybe the truck got totaled. All right, maybe you lost your investment, but you can still jump in the driver's seat and carry on, right?
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. I think the most damage in any business, and obviously an owner-operator business, is just indecisiveness. When you are one leg in it, another leg out of it. When you start saying that, I'm not sure if that's for me, to a degree, you probably start acting a little bit on it.
Yeah, that subconscious is going to kick in for sure.
And then the results will follow. Because if you're not 100% in, your results will never be 100%. And then whose responsibility is it that you're not 100%?
Yeah, that kind of bled right into probably the answer to the next question. Like, who should never become an owner-operator? And I tend to agree. I think it is that guy who's undecisive, because even do yourself a favor, man, as you're calling these places to source who the whole source will be, and you're looking, ask people, hey, how undecisive are your top earners? We can go ahead and get a realistic answer from any trucking company, right?
As a matter of fact, I think a lot of your average dispatchers out there, we're not even going to understand that question.
That's even worse. But ours do here, guys. So if you are that owner-operator, first time or seasoned, looking for that great opportunity, 863-342-5171.
Yeah, and you know what? Give us a call for real, because if you're not sure, and we can give you a little bit of reality check and tell you the facts, not the feelings, not the hopes and dreams, not the bullshit that a lot of companies run by. No, if you don't have a truck yet, just speak up. Just be like, yo, I don't have a truck yet. I'm considering becoming an owner-operator. I'm a little bit afraid, which is totally normal.
Yeah, for sure.
What is it that what is it that I may know wrong about this industry that I can regret if I jump into the truck and come lease on to you guys? And like, nobody is gonna bullshitting you to death to just get your ass here, because that's gonna be very short-lived. I'd rather spend a little bit of time talking to you personally about what's your expectations, what is it that you're trying to do, what kind of truck are you talking about. And then I said to multiple people in the past, I'm sure Christian probably has a lot more under his belt, that he said, like, bro, don't fucking buy a truck.
Yeah.
Because that's a mistake that you're gonna make. Is that answer that you're gonna like? Probably not, because, you know, you may appreciate that answer later when you learn the hard way. But I say better the truth and real answer with real consequences and real challenges explained than some mumbo jumbo about just a lot of, especially those lease purchase companies, you know, the carriers that do lease purchase program.
That's like,
Man, we're gonna yes you to death. We're gonna sell you freaking drugs that gonna freaking help you to lose your mind, and then what? And then nothing. Because their whole idea is to put drivers in those seats and keep cycling enough drivers.
yeah, their business model is way different than what you're looking for or what you're building. And I agree, man. I think you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like, real trucking companies don't have time to waste in this industry, but I mean that in the kindest way, because you don't have time to waste. Especially when you're starting your first truck and you're on this venture, you both have to be on that same page. Growth, meeting expectations, and pushing forward.
Yeah, so if you're about to buy a truck, if you're not sure, definitely give us a call. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the reality, not the fantasy. And then if you already have a truck and you've already been through that grinder and you know exactly what you want, even better, give us a call, 863-342-5171. Let's rock and roll. Let's partner up. Let's go make some money.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.